We're notifying viewers that you're live. Make sure to adhere to all the policies and procedures, or else we'll shoot. I can't say that either. I'm not allowed to say anything. I always get in trouble here. If you want to know what the heck's going on, hey, what's up, everybody? I have some questions that are lingering in my brain, and I wanted your all's input and insight. So I'll wait for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to give you a scenario. For instance, hey, Aaron, hey, Mayor, Robert, Ziggy with it. What's going on? I'm Nathan. I'm a musician, mortician, 13 years in the funeral profession. You're probably like, who the hell's this guy? Well, I'm me. It's good to have everybody here. I have a question that I've been thinking about since last night, and I wanted to know what your all's thoughts are on it. I will ask it, and I'm sure I'll have to ask it again and again, but I really do want your input. Hey, Terry. Hey, everybody. All right. Feel free to share your thoughts. You can do so openly and safely here. This is a place of kindness and respect. So, okay, let's say that you've been wronged, or let's say that you've done the wrongdoing. Do you think, I don't even know how to articulate this. Do you find it, are you one of those people that if you've been wronged by someone, are you just going to be a total asshat to them? Like you're like, you know what, screw you. I'm not going to be respectful to you, toward you. Or are you one that will be cordial and will speak to them? Not going out of your way to, of course, but speak to them. What are your thoughts here? And I know that might be a very open-ended question, but that's what I wanted to ask. Does any of that even make sense? Are you all even able to speak, to type here, or no? I don't know. I never know what I'm doing here. So stupid. So stupid. I messed up. Let's see. Allow comments. Yeah. Entire live. Yeah. Lynn, anybody? Is anybody listening to me? I'm just curious because I feel like, sweet, Jeremy, I'm glad the hats arrived. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. What are your all's thoughts? This is important for me. It's so important that you have to stop everything and talk and help me. 679, what's up? Shannon, you'll probably speak to them when necessary, but space will be made. Yes, I think it's important to. What's up, Old City? You run a cemetery and you're a funeral assistant. I appreciate all that you do. I was asking because it seems that people, it's going to rain all weekend and next weekend in Kentucky. Yes, it is. It's interesting. I think it's easy to be cold toward people, right? I think that's the easy way to do it. Maybe I'm wrong. I know it's harder to be kind to everybody. Thanks so much. I appreciate you watching. Lance Bass follows me. That's pretty cool. I mean, I always wanted to be in a boy band, but I really do. I want to know what your all's thoughts are. You know, I'm not Mr. Perfect, and I have my own things that I've done, or I know there are people in this world that probably think that you are a certain way or that you did. Hi from Utah. Oh, hey, Terry. Hi. I'm sure people think things of you that are not true, maybe versions of that are somewhat true, but that affects the way that someone sees you. I wonder if, and because of that, you probably experience maybe cold shoulders or disrespect or avoidance. And I'm just curious what your all's thoughts are on all that. From New Orleans, what's up? I'll be in Louisiana next week. I have a show the 10th in Logansport, Louisiana, Logansport Festival. And then the 11th, I'll be in Bossier City. That's amazing. It's the stupidest thing I've ever read in my life. Oh my gosh. It's hilarious. You'd be cordial, but you would not put yourself in situations where you would have to interact with them. I'm confused. Aren't you supposed to be in Florida? Yeah, that show got postponed in Jacksonville, Florida. You live in Shreveport? That's amazing, Darlene. Well, I'll be around, right? I'll be kind of close to you. Most of the family disowned you for something that was not your fault. You didn't cause it, so you've not talked to them in years. They're lost. Amen. They're lost, but it's regrettable that that happens for sure. Yeah, that's the stuff that I was thinking about like last night. It keeps you up at night. You're like, these are the questions of life. Cool thing about it is what people think about you is none of your business. So that's pretty awesome. You think it depends on who you are talking to. Your ex-husband says all kinds of negative things. Yeah, I'm thinking of like of a personal interaction. I'm talking like I think there's a way to be cordial. I think there's a way to be kind. I think there's a way to be, you don't have to jump up and down and do cheers, but I think it's a respectful thing to do and to be. I don't know. That's maybe I'm in La La Land. Well, I am in La La Land. I was reading back some of the comments from the videos previously. Hockey playing games on my phone keep me up. That's awesome. I was watching the comments, and I was normally I say stay out of the comments, and I was replying to some on here, and people were like, "He looks high," and it was because I had all of these colors back here were like a pink, so I changed one light to blue. So maybe that'll fix it. Maybe I won't look so high. She's so. Do you remember that song? Tal Bachman. High, high above me. She's so lovely. It is Derby weekend in Louisville, Kentucky. Kentucky, if you are from or ever been or around or whatever, then you don't want to be in and around Louisville, Kentucky. Unless you're attending, then you do want to be around. But other than that, disregard everything I just said. I don't know. Do y'all bet on horses? Here comes Tickles McGee for the win. Wonder what's going on here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the party, Bubs. That's what I call my brother. I say, Bubs. What's up, Bubs? Or I sing when I see my brother, I'll say, Bubby has a baby. What's up, Kimberly? Hey, Shell. It's supposed to have you been? Yeah, I've been awesome. Thanks for liking the live, sharing it. I mean, I'm getting on here early. I know. Been working on all of this new content for next week. It's been what? Hey, what's up? What's up, Rosebuds? It's been an interesting week. There is, if you are no idea who I am, which I'm glad you're here because I love that we've met. I've been a musician since forever, and I've been a mortician since 1970. No, since for like 13 years. And videos went viral here, and because of that, here we are. So I sold my funeral home company, and my songs went top 20 at Billboard 2 in a row, which is the reason I'm sharing all that is we actually have a little snafu with the DSPs, with your streaming platforms where you listen to your music. Can't say the name because then these platforms will be like, hey, quit sending them elsewhere. But it begins with an S. So I have 2.5 million streams of my newest single. Went to top 20 at Billboard. I'm an independent artist, so I don't have a label. But that single is distributed through Sony's The Orchard. So essentially there's a label attached to it. Those streams are legit, apparently. Well, they are, but the platform's like, yeah, those are fine. The other songs were then found because of you all finding those songs or that song. Does that make sense? So you went to the original and then you made your way to the other stuff and you found the other songs in the catalog. Well, those were put out by a platform that allows independent artists to put it out. Well, because those are so high, they don't understand why. They're like, hey, those we're going to flag as suspicious. So we have the beautiful joy of dealing with that. You see how you mentioned, look, all the people just fall off because, man, technology's smart. See, it's so smart. You would think that it'd be able to track that better. But anyway, that's what we're attacking. And that's a big to do because independent artists have not really had much. Hey, user 777 music. They haven't really had a leg to stand on, right? It's always been the big guy. So that's what we're combating. And it's going to be an uphill battle, I guess. But because of that, yay. Wonder what's going on with this. I look 20 and 50 at the same time. That's amazing. I love that comment. Thank you. I am in the middle for sure. 20 and 50. You're gonna give me a complex now, but like in a good way, not a bad way. I don't care. It doesn't. What's my genre of music? Hey Timmy, thanks for asking. I sing pop music. I've loved pop forever. Hey from New Zealand. Hey Angel Cole. Angel Coles. Angel Coles. Jeff, what's up? Yeah, I write songs. You know, being in the funeral profession, you are exposed to a lot of stuff. So I write songs because it's kind of like therapeutic to write. Really. Hey, from NC, I'll be Michelle in North Carolina on July the 4th. I'll be in Laurinburg, North Carolina. I'll be headlining a festival that is honoring our veterans, our first responders, our men and women who are active in the military. They're also going to be, it's a fundraiser too, so it'll be really fun. West Virginia, what's up, Kara? Thank you very much for the kindness about the music. I appreciate it. Kira. Yeah, I'll be there on July the 4th. So that'll be really, really fun. And if you're around the area, you should come. What's up? Hey, Casey. How are you all? That's amazing. Kara, there was a Kira that joined too. You kind of look like CT from the challenge. Laura, I sing better. He has bigger muscles, but I sing better. I'm like that kid that, what's that movie? Heavyweights. Remember Heavyweights? Where he's like, I loved that movie. I'll never forget. Thank you. Appreciate it. I think I'm supposed to thank you for that. I went and saw Heavyweights. I think it came out when I was in like 4th grade, the movie theater. And I went with my not just my 4th grade girlfriend. I remember, I think it was like my mom or her brother or something was sitting there too. How many services do we do a year? We did 1,300, 1,200, 1,300. Brett, good morning. Everyone was asking me, like, what do you use tools wise or tech wise or all that, from my studio so I've been building this page so that people can see what I use, the tricks of the trade. The private cemetery you used to work for did 1,200. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of burials. My gosh. Well, I appreciate what you do, what you did for sure. It's important. It's very, very important. Do you all ever walk around your house or place wherever you live and you look at stuff and you're like, that's really nice. I don't use it. Then you feel bad and you kind of feel guilty because you have all this stuff and you start taking pictures of it and selling it everywhere. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm like, I've used that thing twice. I feel horrible. It's brand new. So take a picture of it, list it, and you sell it. I think I'm addicted to that. It's not good. It's not good at all. 11:26 in the morning. Wait, did someone just say it's Saturday where they are? Because if so, my brain's like it's exploded. Jim, what's up? Jordan, what's up? That's insane. I love it. Who says time travel isn't real? You do the same. You have a blessed day. Thank you very much. Every time I get on here, I'm like, hey, Anne Marie, I'm going to work on content and scheduling it out while talking to you all. And I never do, ever. Like, ever. It's like a wishful thinking thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to get on live and start working on some of this stuff. And maybe I'll answer some questions along the way. People can come and go as they please. And then I just see Cole join and Pauly D. And I'm like, hey, everybody. What time zone am I in? I'm in what am I? Eastern right now, but usually I'm in Central. But it really sucks. It really sucks when you put something in your calendar while you're in Eastern time that's scheduled for Central time, or then you move it's wherever you put it in your calendar, that's what it sets it at. Does that make sense? I think I'm saying it right. I don't know. It's getting really bad. I mean, I'm so dyslexic more and more and more. It's so frustrating. I'll stare at numbers forever, or I'll do something that you have to do step 1 to step 2, and it's this to make this happen, but I'll do this and then this, so it doesn't work. So annoying. It won't work. It's broken. Struggle is real. Yeah. It's hard. It's so hard. Mr. Famous for Nothing joined. I love that name. That's awesome. My friend texted me and they're like, "Hey, you do know that Lance Bass follows you on TikTok?" I was like, "Well, no, I knew he had liked the video forever ago, but he does." And I just, of course, duetted him to say, "Hey, buddy, you were married to a funeral director. It's funny. It was called Morse." Huh. Interesting. Caitlin, welcome. I am still licensed funeral director at Embalmer. I sold my company because this taking off. La 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 la. Jeremy, have a good one, man. Thank you. Elizabeth. Elizabeth. I just thinking song all the time. It was bought by an American firm. Americans. Us Americans. Good to see. Well, it's good to see you. Elizabeth, welcome. July of last year, I sold. And then I went through a rebirth. It's been a year for sure. For sure. There's a bug. A bug. I fidget a lot. I just looked over here because I'm streaming here too. Hey, everybody. And I'm over here fidgeting with my fingers. I saw my kids baseball. Well, they play like a MLB schedule. I have a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old that are on the same team. They're 10 and a half months apart. And the 9-year-old, he's the youngest on the team. And the coach called him up to pitch yesterday because he's been wanting to pitch. He's been really working on it. His older brother is, he's pitched and did a heck of a job too. But he went up yesterday and he pitched for an inning. He did so good. I mean, he's the youngest kid. That's how many am I? 2. But I can't say the name of the other one because either one, it's so weird how it works. So he gets up there and he's a 9-year-old. He's over here holding it together. He's very hard on himself. But I actually tweeted that I never knew it was possible to see your kid pitch. And then the oldest actually stole home to win the game yesterday. I didn't know that it was possible for that to make you cry like so. I didn't cry there, but I was thinking about it and I was so excited. I was so moved. Makes me so happy. I love those little shits. They're amazing. So if you ever don't feel like and, maybe you don't have the privilege, so I have to be mindful of that. Um, yes, I did. Maybe you don't have the privilege of having a relationship with your parent or vice versa, maybe children. I don't know, but I would like to think and hope that there's someone in your life that loves you so much or that you get to love so much that you just like want to explode. You just love them so much. That's what it's like. And it might sound cheesy, and if you don't know, you don't know. But maybe one day I hope you do. She's a catcher and she could play in college. You cried like a baby. So you get it, Jody. That's amazing. Yes, it's just like when I was younger, even 10 years ago, like before the first one was born. I mean, you're like, you want to be a mortician, Charles? That's awesome. There's a ton of opportunity and the profession needs incredible people. Um, but before you have a kid, you don't necessarily get it. Even maybe the first year or two when you have a kid, you don't get it. And I think there's something that clicks. I don't know. You heard my song at work the other day, Wolf? That's awesome. One was it the one that goes, "Don't wanna say goodbye yet, no." The first one that went to radio? Becky, that's cool that they grew up in the profession. They probably don't wanna did they want to go into the profession or they want to not have anything to do with it? Thanks for listening to the song. You all can listen to it on here and add it as a sound, share it. I don't know how that works. I mean, I sound like a 72-year-old man. I know how it works, but you can add it to your music here on you're in Pennsylvania. That's so cool. Thank you. Hey, Betsy. Your oldest boys work with you all? That's awesome and special, Becky. There's something really cool to walk into a establishment and see, the family dynamic. People, whether they acknowledge it, they definitely appreciate it. My first release on I don't remember. You mean like the single? It's on there. It's on there. That music video's on there. We shot that in a warehouse that's now a business that builds zoo exhibits. Don't know how I do what? Oh, you mean in the funeral profession? It takes, incredible people. I mean, I think they just put one foot in front of the other. Have y'all seen the videos of the calling the funeral homes? Get ready to drop off your son's babysitter. Well, best of luck. Best of luck, Wolf. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. How do you become a mortician? Oh, there's tons of uh, avenues to go, and that's these kinds of questions are why I started my stand store, which you can click it here and check it out. It's so many different ways to go about it. There's mortuary schools online. You can go in person. You can start to dip your toe in before you in. Oh yeah, that's correct. You can dip your toe and start working and helping stand door or run flowers just to see if you love it. But there's tons of ways to get to that end goal of becoming the mortician. Is anyone familiar with funeral cribs? Yeah, I've seen a few. Is it that the episode thing? The where? Yeah, I mean they could have come up with a different name, but that's just me. What do I know? What do I know? Who do we have here? Most so that everyone can't always do what someone else can do. Yep, you are correct. Bereavement photography. Let's talk a little bit about that. It was, I don't know the exact history. I love history. I would like to think I'm a history buff, but I'm not one that knows everything about bereavement or death photography. So it was became make coffee, then became one. See, Charlotte? That's awesome. I love that story. So death photography is specifically in the 1800s, especially, women and childbirth was so dangerous. And it was pretty common, unfortunately, for women to and the baby to die during childbirth. And when they would pass away, of course, they would repose and the family would gather and it would almost be like a family portrait. Jay, thank you. I appreciate you so much, more than you will ever know. Uh, it was how they captured, of course, a family moment that they wouldn't ever have again. And then I remember seeing photos at the funeral home, the first one I worked at, like the 70s, 60s, and I feel like it trickled off a little bit. There was also during the 80s and early 90s, there was the fainting spell where everyone would faint. Um, so maybe it was during that time that it wasn't as common, but it has come back and it's actually a very beautiful thing. And you think of it as maybe morbid perhaps, but if you've seen really beautiful death photography, um, there are a lot of companies that help with families when they lose a baby. There's a nonprofit that forget what it's called. Dang it. If you remember, his main job was to make coffee and stock Kleenex. That's so awesome. Never run out of Kleenex ever. But yeah, I definitely think it's coming back. And I remember thinking I'd be off in the back of the chapel and I'd see families like get their iPhones out and take a photo. And in my head, I'm like, that's kind of weird until I caught myself doing it. My late grandmother, when I was getting ready to close her casket, I looked at her, I was like, wow, you're beautiful. And I took a photo and I recognized, I was like, holy shit, I'm taking a picture of my grandmother. So I think it's something that's most certainly coming back and acceptable. And check out some of those old photos. If I sound like I'm babbling, I am, but check out those. Shirley Ann's World. Tyler, what's up? That's awesome. Gave stuff to a Navy vet to sell. Thank you for doing that. Hello, Shirley Ann. The older generation, I think, always took pictures of their loved ones. Your mom has pictures of your dad. Yes. Hey, Nicole. I remember seeing this photo. It was at the funeral home I started at and had this beautiful staircase, and it was black and white, I think, or it was just very, what's that word? Uh, where it's like grayscale, like it's very blown. It's not colored at all. In my head, it's not. I think it was black and white. Yeah, but there are flowers that went all the way up, and there were flowers everywhere, and you saw the loved one in their cat. It was black and white in their casket. There were flowers everywhere. I was like, "Wow, oh my gosh." And the owner of the funeral home was there during that, and that was like 1963. Being a mortician isn't easy. It's not for the weak, and it's a 24/7 job. Becky, you're right. It is not for the weak. I actually like to joke with my fellow funeral directors. I say, "How many times have you quit?" And if you get it, you get it. It's like, I've quit like 700 times. In your head, you're like, "Screw this. I am done. I'm done." And then you get over whatever is challenging you and you get back at it and you start again. So it's like, I quit, whether you had articulated, announce it or not. In your head, you do. Hey, I didn't see. Hey, Sherilyn. Don't say they had their dead ones sitting on them. Sorry, humor is needed sometimes. Don't say they had their dead ones. Dead ones? What? I didn't say what? I don't know what I said. Um, Adrian, what's up? The Lost Boys, what's up? Irk. Have I ever walked into a room and measured up people in my head? Yes, I try not to do that though. I don't think that's fair. Dead one sitting on the staircase. No, I was talking about flowers. If I misunderstood, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I'm not following, not computing. But yes, I've measured people in my head, but I think giving perspective and being gracious is way better. Thank you very much. I appreciate you supporting the music. We are in a fun little uphill battle, but it'll be fine. The new single is distributed through Sony. The platforms love the labels, and so they cater to them. But because the other songs are distributed independently, they're like, "Oh, wow, there was a stream spike," which they all came from the original song distributed through Sony. So they essentially flagged it as suspicious, but that's what attorneys are for. You held your grandpa's, excuse me. Well, that's beautiful that you're able to do that. May his memory be eternal. I think we all have experienced loss, grief, a version of, and that's why we're all here. We have that in common, and that's awesome because we might not have much else in common, but I think that's what makes us decent human beings or acknowledges that we need to be decent human beings, right? And that's pretty special. So for that, I'm glad we have a space where we can do that together. How long have I been a mortician? Your sister is interested in the profession. Hey, just Lisa. I've been in the funeral profession for 13 years. I've been licensed since 2014. 14, I think. Hang on. 14? 13. 13. 2013. Wow. 2013. Did I say that already? Yeah, I got licensed in 2013. I said 2015 the other day. It's insane. Time flies. People say that all the time, but it really does. 2 large chapels, and sometimes the chapel looks like a float from the Rose Bowl parade. Yeah, Jay, I appreciate you so much. I like that analogy. Yeah, and then sometimes, Jay, have you ever had those loved ones and the chapel is so bare and you feel so sad? Like you're like, what can we do? Because and they may not care, and I don't know why we in our heads put it out there that, "Oh, that must make them sad." But I don't know if you know what I'm referring to. I can remember the chapel being so bare, or you have one flower stand with just one little piece. I am in Kentucky. Kentucky. Yes, we have 2. We have 2. We've bought flowers for families before for families. It's, I don't know. I don't care if you have much or little. I just hope that when you are grieving that there are people that show up for you. You know how you're scrolling through your social media and you are obviously going to be notified and see posts of your friends maybe or friends family that have died. The best advice I could give is go to the visitation for sure, because whenever script, you flip the script, it's what you would want. People just want to feel like a part of a community and feel as if people remember, care. You can just walk in and you don't have to say anything profound. Like those videos here are the ones that blow up whenever I say what to say or what not to say. There's nothing that you even have to. You can literally walk up, give them a hug, and say, I just want you to know I am thinking about you. Maybe it's not prayer that you turn to, so you don't want to say that. Maybe it's, even if you are, because that line is nerve wracking. I can guarantee. Take care. Thank you. Charlotte, what's up? The line, the receiving line. I can recall you're going to stock up like memorial folders and check on all the Kleenexes and all the boxes that people why the hell do people sit on Kleenexes? Why do you all, when you go to a funeral home, there's a chapel, there's all these pews, or there's chairs everywhere, or there's a really comfy sofa and all these spaces, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go and put my ass right there on that box of Kleenex. It never fails. It's fine. You could do that. But I just want to know what that is an anomaly. But when I walk in and I looked at some of these people's faces are like they've never seen humans before. All you have to think about is why are you there? Maybe it's the brother of the deceased loved one that you're friends with or that you're a coworker with. Maybe in that moment, think of something that you like about that person that you are a coworker of. Maybe they are efficient. My point is, when you get there, hey, Kevin, you are such an efficient person, and I admire that about you. Your dad did a good job. I think that's a feel good thing. If you mean it, maybe you didn't know obviously the loved one that's deceased. You're just going, does that make sense? Anyway, you don't have to say anything profound at all. Told to call the deceased one by their first name when talking. Absolutely. I always speak about them in present tense when you're there. Or just really in general, because they're very much alive, just in a different way, and it's like they're just in the other room, you know? "Hello." Yeah, or "Thanks for liking the live, thanks for sharing it," or they take just or they'll blow their nose, and they take the crumpled up tissue, and they'll put it in the tissue box. Pretty wild. It's pretty majestic what's done with tissue boxes. I don't know. It's like a magnet. It's like a magnet for your butts. Yes, Charlotte, just showing up. It's a huge deal. It's very important to just show up. You experience that a family is expecting a large crowd in order to 300 prayer cards. Only 5 people show up. No flowers at all. Yeah. Or whenever you're arranging for a funeral for a Roman Catholic or Catholic family, and where I'm from, it's a huge Catholic community. So you talk to the church and then you talk to the priest and like, how many people are they expecting? Now the priest will ask the family and the family are like, oh, 300 people will be there. And you're like, oh no. James, amount of respect, professionalism. Thank you very much for saying that. I really appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me. This has been one of my life's greatest honors to have this opportunity. It's been overwhelming if I'm being transparent because there's not a book. Did you hurt your feelings or are you just busy juggling, walking, and chewing gum? Definitely didn't hurt my feelings. Uh, it's been really challenging. This is not something that there's no book for it. You finally get your foot in the funeral profession with hard work. Yay. I'm inspired. Thank you very much. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I've heard that from a few people. I posted a video on a place that starts with Y, and I was saying, I promise you, if you do this, you will get hired in a funeral home. And I've gotten multiple messages saying, I did exactly what you said, and it worked. That's awesome. Good for you. I wish you all the best, and I'm grateful to meet you here. I love it. I love it. This is another reason why it's been such an amazing experience. You're going to see on here, I love your voice as well. You're amazing. That's awesome. Soul Shine. If you're in South Carolina, I don't know how close you are to North Carolina, but I'll be there on July the 4th. That's firework noise, by the way. Rusty, what's up? Do you all ever stop and think, I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten today. Or am I the only person? I'll be in Laurinburg, North Carolina. You're in Massachusetts. I have my new single out. It's called Last Time. Yeah, I do that, pretty much every day too, and I live off of cereal and organic Annie's waffles. They're delicious. They're so good. It's like, "What are you gonna have today, Nathan?" Waffles. Gotta keep my girlish figure. Waffles. See, I just to circle back, I have not scheduled a single post. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Working in the yard. Oh, no. Yeah, that happens. It'll happen to the best of us. We, like, bend over to put together a pressure washer, for instance, and you stand up and you're like, "Whoa. Whoa, guys. Whoa." Casey, what's up? Tammy, sorry, not Tommy. This is how I look whenever I'm trying to see. I will be in Indiana, Sherilyn. I will be there June the 30th. I'm playing a show for Sweetwater. So that'll be really fun. Sweetwater's where producers, musicians, anyone in the music world buys all their equipment from. It's good mine. Is it Brianna or Brianna? Depends, you know. It's if you want to be casual, if you want to be how long have I been singing? Hey, what's up? I've been singing since I was 8 years old. Took voice lessons, and then when your voice changes, I remember I had to I don't wanna say relearn how to sing, but when you're able to sing like, "Ah, everything's so high," and then you have to throw falsetto and learn that because thank you, but it's fine. It was a fun experience. "What's up?" My friend, I was just talking to her, we were doing do you all do, like, voice memos? Like, not memos, but voice messages to your friends and family? I have a love-hate with those. I love to send them and get them until I don't, and then I'm like, "Gosh damn it," and then I just look at the transcription. Like, I'll just take it. Anyway, we were just talking. She is driving from Toronto back to her home. She's been in the studio all week, and that's what we do. We just voice memo each other. Voice yeah, message. Candy floss. I like to awesome. Charlotte. My brother went to Eastern Kentucky University, and I remember whenever he would invite me, I was a senior in high school, and he was whatever he was, junior or senior in college. I always loved it because the ratio to from girls to guys was that's awesome, was insane. There's like 7 girls to 1 dude, and I'd be like, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" It's like Doug Butabi and Steve Butabi. "Are you brothers?" "No." "Yes." "You're Australian Zoe, funeral director." I appreciate you so much. I would love to come to Australia. I would love to come and serve alongside you. You tell your boss that he needs a Kentucky, United States of America apprentice associate. I would totally hop on the next train, plane, ship, all of it. Faith, hello. Isn't it like a 16-hour flight? Something crazy. Oh, I'd do it. Totally. Kristen, what's going on? I love your dog's picture. People are probably like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Okay. Now I am going to at least do one thing. I can't wait. Well, I can't share that. Damn it. So many things I'm not able to share yet. It stinks. I would love to, but I can't. Well, absolutely. I count me in. Hey, send me a private message of your funeral home if you hear on, and I will check it out. And I can even I'll email your if you have like a company work email, and then I can send it to you. Hey, Trisha, send you a little message. It's amazing. Jesse, I haven't seen a Jesse pop in yet. I always enjoy it because I'm always like Jesse. Your favorite song is Yet. Sherilyn, thank you for listening. I appreciate it so much. You listening and sharing it, and that's amazing how it's gained so much momentum because of you all. I mean, it's been put on playlists and top 20 at radio. Brandon, what's up? Love, peace, and chicken grease. That's amazing. Good luck on your job interview, Trisha. You will do well. Guys, it'd be amazing if I fly to Australia and work with Zoe and her staff for a week. That would be cool. Hey, Tammy, you can only imagine. Yeah, I mean, it's anybody in the profession has probably there's a forget the movie, but probably in a lot of movies they're like, I've seen some things. Yeah. And I don't know how it's compartmentalized. I can't really articulate it, or I feel like you go about it and then in your head you're like, that was messed up. And then you're so busy you kind of it's masked. It's not thought about. And then you stay busy and all those other things get added to that group of not thought about. And then you go through this spell of slow or not busy. And then you sit down and you're like, holy shit. that that is what probably a lot of people in the profession experience. I don't know how those people do it, people who yeah, it takes a special kind. Those people, I have a lot of respect for those in the that raised their families with it, that did every job. That's what the profession has. It's gone largely unchanged, and you have to honor and respect something like that because that means it's not broke. There's a lot of things that it's been slow to embrace, technology, social media, and I think there's a beautiful, delicate line for sure. But what the profession did for so long is everyone had to do everything. So your mom and pop funeral home where the family lived either next door or above it or in it, that's real. I mean, there's a movie called My Girl. It's kind of I lived above a funeral home, and the always available, and you didn't have staff. I mean, because you were raising your kids, you had bills to pay. You probably bought the funeral home on a hope and a prayer. So you did everything. You embalmed the loved one, you waited on the family, assisted them, you filed the insurance, you took the funeral, you worked the visitation, you ran the flowers, you did it all. And so this whole doing everything yourself became the mantra for people in the profession. You have to know how to do everything. But then there are people who excel at certain things more so than others, right? I mean, like I I actually am artistic. You meet people that have no business doing makeup, but they have to put make hey Amy, what's up? Or vice versa. Let's go the other way. Let's talk about the people who are incredible and artistic, but they're not good with people, like interacting with. They're kind of awkward. They're like, "Ooh," that's not a bad thing. They just want to stay in the care center. So why would you bring them out into the arrangement room and say, "Hey, Joe Schmo, I want you to meet with the Smith family because you are licensed and that's what we do." And then they sit there, and then the family has a bad experience. Joe Schmo isn't happy. Does that make sense? I think it does. So, in other words, find your lane and thrive in it is what my thought is. But still, there's some slow to embrace that mentality in the profession. Like, well, by God, I did it all. uh, I see you. I see you. Social skills are important. They are important in the line of work, meaning if you're an arranger, they're not important if you are incredible at embalming and you don't have to be social with people, right? So that's one way to look at it for sure. How was my trip? Which one? Which trip? There's been a lot. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just interesting to see the slow to embrace, which is fine. Yeah, Zoe, I think it'd be awesome. I wish there was a program in existence, like the foreign exchange students. Nico, always have been always, but I'm glad that you know. Yeah, my latest two singles went top 20 at Billboard, and I had to pick either the red pill or the blue pill, and I picked this one. So here I am. Welcome back to the party. Sorry to ruin your party. Have I ever embalmed someone I know? Yep. I remember the first one I did too. The first one I did embalm that I know. Jamie, so glad you all are here. I'm glad you all found out. It's awesome. It's like I don't know. I was trying to think of something fun. I messed up. Blew it. Christy, what's up? Oh, no, I am. I am Amy. I just sold my company. Nico, never. Never ever. But what is what is mega famous? It's so interesting to think about that success and fame and what constitutes success for you or fame for you. Or Diana, I'm gonna respectfully and lovingly call you out, little people. What means that what makes someone a little person in the sense of not as popular or important? Because I digress. Thought you when people start making fake accounts of you, you know you made it. Do people still have those? And it's amazing because people will flag them and they're like, "Oh, it's fine. They can keep them." It's like, "Okay, that's awesome." Music videos are so fun. That'll be fun, Jamie. That's cool. So when people make fake accounts of you, then that means you've made it. Got it. Well, then I've made it. I didn't realize I don't remember how long ago it was, but I remember I got my first message from someone saying, "Hey, so I got invited to be friends, and then we were talking, and and I found out it wasn't you." I was like, "Okay," and then they just started rolling in. I'm in a music. So you already shot it though, is what you're saying, Jamie? Your first one freaked me out. Did I talk to you or something? Thanks, Leanne. I appreciate it. Had a few imposters. Yeah. Yeah. Sacred art. Hey, I wonder if my tattoo friends like David and them would be mad at me for asking, but like I would love I always secretly want a tattoo, but I just don't think I'll ever get one. I don't know. Oh yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I mean, I know what I would get. I'm not gonna share it. I mean, I wouldn't share it publicly on here. But yeah, I probably won't. I do have a thing that I do before every show that some people either see or don't see. Well, I don't know why I even. Oh, because that yeah has to do with on my writing on me. I was like, why did I even say that? But then I realized. Oh, I remember. Yeah. Nico, I have a show in Logansport, Louisiana next week on the 10th, and then I'll be in Bossier City, Louisiana on the 11th. That's true. You only live once, Jamie. Very, very true. East Coast. Yeah, I'll be playing North Carolina, Laurinburg on July the 4th. And more dates are going to be added. It's just hurry up and wait. Miles, what's up? Hey, Nathan, just had a person that called the funeral home and was shopping for prices. I'm waiting for, uh, thanks, Nico. I appreciate it. Michigan, what's up, Tom? You have an angel tattoo. That's awesome. Thanks for liking the live and sharing it and telling everyone about the music and what it is that we're creating. Be nice. Yeah. Yeah, be nice. How did that call go? Did they feel that you were attentive? Did you get their name? I don't know if you all have seen these videos that I'm starting to do, and in no way whatsoever uh, is it to poke fun. The profession has been so like there's so much tradition and kindness and reverence. The but they're not salespeople at all. Hey Blake, what's up? Like they're so when people call and ask questions about pricing, most everyone does get nervous. Thank you very much. I am just FYI, because of you, you started the journey of becoming a funeral director. My gosh, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. How tall are you so you're not surprised? Are you seeing me soon? Are you seeing me soon? Are you coming to the show next week? I'm 6'3". And when my hair's up, I'm 6'4", 5. Um, oh, sorry, I got distracted. What else is new? When people call, I think funeral directors get nervous to talk about the pricing because Miles, thank you for that. I love phone etiquette. I'm super passionate about it. They're people, they just want to help and be guided. But that's amazing, Jamie. Whenever they call and ask for pricing, they get nervous. And I think that's why there's almost this robotic, like, oh, here's the price. Okay, bye. Had a lot of family pass, but you don't know why you get this really bad vibe with death. I think death is because it's so unknown, because it's been not talked about for so long. It's almost in the United States specifically. It's 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 like it's a voluntary thing. Like I'm not gonna die. Well, we are. And I do also think that over time we've allowed it to be removed from us. Like, here you go, funeral professional. You do everything and we'll just show up and then my loved one will be in this casket. Whereas years and years before, the family were so involved, and that's coming back. But I my stomach's growling. I think it is okay to be a little nervous about it because you're young, and one day, whenever you have, maybe a little less landscape in the windshield than you do in the rear view, then you'll be a little bit more accepting. What does it take? Blake, there's a lot of different paths you can take, and it's these questions, like, if you check out, my stand store here uh, on my profile, then that's why I've offered these one-on-ones where we take deep dives and we go down the rabbit hole together. What does your path look like? But the profession, depending upon the state, depending upon those requirements. Uh, anyway, if you're interested, I'd love to chat with you. Your voice is. Thanks, Tess. I appreciate it. That's amazing. She's good. She was nuts last night. She was jumping all over, and I was like, "Hold the phone, sis. Chill out." And then she sits and she just wags her tail like, but I don't have my vest on. I can play." I'm like, "Yeah, you can." You're thinking of buying one what? I didn't see what you're looking to buy. Buying on? Buying on what? I'm sorry. I just see a lot of people with tear faces and drooling and I don't know. Oh, absolutely. You should absolutely pre-plan all of that. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm, 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 mhm. You can do it if you try. Do it now. Can you I love this question, Blake. Can you tell if a person is at peace? Do you ever find cremation or burial more common over there? Right now, Zoe, cremation is on the rise. How can I tell if someone's at peace? I'm big on not judging. It sounds like a politically correct answer, but it's real. I don't who am I? Thank God it's not my job to judge, to be the ultimate, right? But I do know that I've seen what I would refer to as a holy death, where it just seems this peace, this beautiful peace about it. And then I do see where if tragedy has taken someone, then yeah, it would look like it's not a peaceful moment visually. You could make someone probably look angry, yeah. I'm sure you could. I'm not blinking. Hmm. Why do I not do this? Mad. So I'm dead. Did you sell? Hey, yeah, I sold last July. Is being a mortician scary? Uh, yeah, Blake, I want to thank you for what you do because I know that you've probably witnessed a lot, and I know that your kindness is oftentimes not acknowledged because I know it's in the cold of night and in some precarious situations that you help people, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. But being a mortician, is it scary? I don't think it's so much scary, but then there are those moments where you go into like a really, not a safe environment because some people don't live in the best of places, locations, environments, right? And then you get out and you're like, what the hell did I just experience? That's that's probably I see I can't do two things at once. It's crazy looks people choose if they know they could do that. You worked and lived above a funeral home, Lord. Yeah, I lived above the funeral home when I first started, and I mean it was very convenient. I'll tell you that. I never had to buy gas for my vehicle. I'm not scared of no, I'm not scared of hauntings and things like that. No, not to say I don't believe in it. I think it's intriguing as all get out. Care about your feelings. I appreciate you very, very much. See money very much. Thank you for that. FYP, am I on FYP again? I love it. It's fun. I mean, I'm still learning how to get the TikTok shop stuff squared away, and you're like, "What are you talking about?" My store on TikTok, we have all my official merch. I always get like violations. They're like, TikTok's like, "I hex you." Apparently, if I pin a new merch item, and I don't talk about it enough, I'm over here holding the mug and I'm saying, "Here, look at this, guys." And then they're like, "You didn't talk about the description of the mug." It's like, it's so amazing. Oh, it's like, this this mug is so ceramic-y and smooth. So anyway, if you wanna help me pay my utility bills, that is how I make my money, which the merch is available. We just launched it, so please check out the merch in the TikTok shop. There's the greatest that ever stepped on Tik thank you very much. If you're saying that about me, if you said it about somebody else and it's one of those moments where somebody's waving and you think they're waving at you and you wave and then you turn around and you look like an idiot because they're waving at the really pretty girl behind you. You're like, damn it. But if you're saying that about me, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's just do this. Hey guys. Hey, let's talk about some fun stuff that's happened about being this world having does being a mortician ease my fear of death? No. I still have like a weird thing toward it. I've never seen anyone die. Ever, ever. Think about that, which is mind-blowing. But this world happened so fast because just 2 years ago, it just popped off, and then it just kept going and going, and that it really does affect. No, I haven't. West Virginia area, take a drive. Oh, wow. It really does affect relationships, this, because I have to I have to give grace in the fact that they too don't know how to navigate it. I don't either. I but it's just this is happening to me directly. To the other person, it's an indirectly happening, I'm just bearing witness to. So it affects relationships, and that's all I'll be able to speak to that because I don't wanna just do y'all hear my belly rumbling? I have not had anyone come back to life, no. But it it kind of becomes a little bit more isolating whenever all of this stuff starts to happen, and it becomes very transactional. Everything is very transactional because then it becomes you're a nurse and seeing the stuff you see changes you. You're yes, thank you for all that you do. Yes, my stomach is just grumbling, and I'm gonna have to pause in a minute, and I'll come back in a little while, but I'll finish this thought. So it's isolating because then it becomes transactional because then of course it has to in a sense because they're the merch that comes out because if this is a full-time thing then how am I going to keep the lights on management co-management um innovate whenever somebody represents you for TV and film uh you get it so it's just been pretty interesting and I'm still using my floaties and trying to figure it all out. So thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. It means so very much to me. I do. I do. One of my studio walls fell over again. I mean, I'm staring at it. It's not the wall. It's the 3D um, panels. Damn it. I'm glad to see you, Deb. I'm glad to see you. Here, I'll let me give you all a maybe a tour. I'll give you a tour, and then I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat. This is the podcast desk, like the console area where, ow, where I'll ow, do work. There's the monitor, so there I'm streaming over there too. Jamie, thank you very very much. Thank you. And then over here over here, there's a method to the madness. So I have, this is my stand desk. There's my vocal mic. These are all panels for recording, right? So to deaden the sound. And then this is a camera for podcasting here. And then, oh no, it broke. I have to fix that. These are panels as well for sound, of course. And then I'm not able to show you over there because I got a bunch of new stuff over there that I can show you. I need to eat, okay? I'm going to eat. All right, this is what we're going to do, people. I'm glad that you hung out with me for a little bit. I'm going to come back in like an hour. Can I take a lunch break? Okay. Yeah. Brad, I'm going to come back in an hour. Hey, Diana, hey, I will be back in 1 hour. 1 hour. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. You're loved, and I will love these waffles so much. Can't wait. I got to eat. I got to eat, everybody, okay? I'll be right back. Watch this. This will be really cool. Stick around. We'll be back after this. Watch.